Hi everyone, John here from the Urban Estates Selwyn Marathon and CJM'S events. I'm the race director for the marathon on Sunday, and this update is to cover the event so everyone knows exactly what's going on at the event, and we still request that you read the information that has been emailed out to you and also in your race packs. We want to make sure that everyone knows what's happening on race day, where everything is. It was amazing yesterday, the emails we got about asking questions that actually highlighted within the race brief, asking, are there going to be toilets on the course? Can my family spectate and drive around the course, when it's all clearly been stated in the race information what you can and can't do. And we'll cover all this as well here. So first of all, if you haven't entered yet and you're listening to this, you have until 7 o'clock on Friday evening to enter. Late entries are still open there, and you can jump in and get one of those entries. If you enter after 12 o'clock noon on Tuesday, that's today, the 26th of May, your race pack will not be at Fitness New Zealand. So I say that again. If you enter after 12 o'clock, that's 12 noon today, Tuesday the 26th of May, your race pack will not be at Fitness New Zealand. Those race packs go out to Fitness New Zealand at 12 o'clock today, so they can be sorted out over at Fitness New Zealand, so they're ready for you from tomorrow. So if you do enter after 12 noon today, your race pack will be at Lincoln Event Centre on Saturday morning for pickup, and it will be at the race start as well. So you've got till 7 o'clock on Friday to get your late entries in if you haven't entered yet. So race day is Sunday. Yep, this Sunday, the 31st of May 2026. Now to pick up your race packs, they will be at Fitness New Zealand. That's at 485 Papanui Road, Christchurch. Look out for the Garmin flags. There's Garmin flags outside the shop. This is a retail shop, not a gym. So you go into the shop for it. They sell Garmin watches and a whole lot of other sporting equipment. Have a good look around. You may want to purchase some of it. The equipment they have there, and Steve can probably normally do some pretty good deals, but I think he's got some pretty good sharp prices for everything as well. So race pack is from tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. in the shop. That's the trading hours, and it's on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday the 29th between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Then on Saturday at Lincoln Event Centre. Now don't go to the Selwyn Event Centre in Rolleston. Last year some people went to the Rolleston Selwyn Event Centre. That is not where the race packs are. The race pack pickup is at Lincoln Event Centre between 12 o'clock and 12 noon on Saturday morning. That is where the start finish is on Sunday, so you go and pick those packs up if you haven't between 10 o'clock and 12 noon on Saturday at the Lincoln Event Centre. Thank you for that one, because when we get phone calls saying I'm at the other over at Rolleston, not quite sure why, but that is not at Rolleston. It is at Lincoln Event Centre. What else have we got for you? You can pick up a race pack on for somebody else on their behalf. So if you can't make it to there, somebody else can go and pick up your race pack for you. If you're from out of town and you can pick up your race pack on the morning of the event. This is only for those people outside of Christchurch and the Selwyn districts. It's a very short time frame. It's between 6:45 and 7:30. Don't come running up with 5 to 8 or anything like that expecting to get your race pack. There's so much happening on that morning, so you need to make sure you pick those up between 6:45 and 7:30. Now the start timetable is the marathon starts at 8 a.m, the half marathon starts at 8:15 a.m, and the 10k starts at 8:30 a.m. It is not one complete big mass start, as you may see in some other marathons. It is split between the marathon at 8 a.m, half marathon 8:15, and the 10k at 8:30. All participants will be briefed in a short brief 5 minutes before the start. Now the start markers, the marathon starts down Major Drive, and then the half marathon starts Close about 78 metres in front of that, I think it is 78, and then the 10k further up as well. So all race numbers are colour coded for the distance that you're running, and the event is run on gun time due to the numbers involved and the spaces available at the start. Please note, if you have your race packs posted to you, you do not have to go and pick up anything else. So some people, believe it or not, have their race packs sent out and then they go to pick them up again at venues, but there's nothing else to pick up if you've had it posted out. So race numbers have been fixed to the front of your top, so it's visible throughout the event. If you start with another top on, the number must be transferred and be visible all the time. If a number is not visible at the start, you will not start, and is not visible during the event, you could be pulled from the event, as it will be deemed you are not a registered competitor, and it must be visible at the finish. If you want to run with your number on your leg, please place the number on your right leg, so that can be visible there for us. Pins will be provided if you wish to purchase any bib dots. We'll have these for sale at the start finish. If you wish the bib dots, we have plenty of bib dots, magnetic dots to hold numbers on, and we have a limited number of race belts left for the event as well. Okay, the marathon. It will start at the end of Mazur Drive. The run will go down Mazur Drive. I'll just run through all this here for you. Left onto North Bout, then left onto James Street, which changes to Birches Road, where you will run along the cycle pathway. Prior to going down the pathway, you will cross James Street at the pedestrian crossing. This has been moved about 20 metres down the street from where it was previously. So you'll go down to that pedestrian crossing and cross it. You'll go along the pathway and you continue down to Robinson's Road. You'll go right onto Robinson's Road and follow that through. There's a couple of stop-go controls on the way through there. You'll go to McJury Road, left onto that, right onto Ledley's, and then right onto the Akaroa Highway. When you go to the Akaroa Highway, make sure you stick out on the berm with the cones that are marked there. Do not run in the middle of the carriageway. You will then turn left and go through Rosendale Wines. There is probably about 200 metres. It looks a bit grassy, and that day make sure it's well and truly packed down. It's got full packing underneath it, so it is firm. If it is frost or anything that morning, it might be a wee bit sticky on top, so just be wary of that. So you go through Rosendale Wines and you go right onto Old Taitapu Road, onto Osterholz Road, left back onto the highway, and again you need to run within the lane that is provided. Onto Osborne Road, and then that goes down 1 kilometre. It is a shingle road, very firm, and on the side there is this grass if you prefer to run on that grass. Left onto Voss's Road, right onto Tancred, and then left back onto Birches Road, and you run back up to Birches Road and you cross the pedestrian crossing along North Bout and back into Mazur Drive, and you run right down to the end to where the start was, and you go around the car park at the back, and then you do another lap. And the same thing when you come in, you go right down to the end of Mazur Drive, around the car park, and then run back up through the finish line. There are K markers throughout the run. All the K markers are for the marathon. With the 3 separate starts, naturally they will only work for one event. Those K markers are set for the marathon. Now the half marathon, it starts approximately 78 metres in front of the marathon start, and it starts at 8:15, and the course is exactly the same as what the marathon is, and instead of going to do a second lap, you will run through the finish line. Half marathon runners, again, just re-emphasising that the marathon, the K markers are for the marathon. These are approximately 78 metres apart, so there'll still be one little, naturally a K apart as you go through. Now the 10K participants, the start will be just in front of the finish line. It's on Mazur Drive and it starts at 8:30. It's an out and back course, and then the loop around the car park at the end. So you will run down along Birches Road. You actually go past Robinson's Road, and do not turn right onto Robinson's Road. you continue down. Historically, you've gone down Robinson's Road. We've changed this for everyone's safety, for the number of vehicles that were on the road. So please note the difference to what it was in previous years. You'll continue down the cycleway pathway, and then you will turn at the turn and return. When you're returning, you're going to be running towards the runners that are also doing the 10k towards you, and you will potentially catch the 25 walkers in the half marathon on the way through. You'll probably catch them round about the 3k mark. Again, the K markers that are on there are set for the marathon run. All participants must run or walk towards traffic if there is no footpath or cycleway. That's for everyone on the marathon, the half marathon, and 10k. You've got the cycle pathway. There is a fully approved traffic management plan in place for stop-go controls, but be prepared to stop and give way to traffic. Now, all roads are open except for Missouri Drive at the start-finish, but consider every road to be open and normal traffic rules apply. That means be prepared to stop. Some people get fairly agitated when they're driving, and something happens to the brain, their endorphins, and they'll drive through stop goes or do some crazy things. So please be prepared to stop for your safety. At drink stations and toilets, there are drink stations throughout the run. These are situated just before the 5k turn at Robinson's Road. Situated just before the 5k on Robinson's Road. There will be a toilet and drink station for the 10k as well, and that is just prior to your turnaround. There'll be another one for the half marathon in Rosendale's Wines. There will be Voss's Road, and again for the marathon there is Missouri Drive as you run past the finish line to go out on your second lap, and naturally there'll be drinks in that at the finish as well. So in the 10k there will be toilets and drinks just before the turnaround. If anyone needs to go to the toilet at the halfway mark of the marathon, please use the event centre's toilets. There is access, doors will be open as you go around the top end car park by the rugby club, and there are toilets just inside the doors there. So that's the opportunity to go to the loo at that stage. So a reminder, please obey all instructions from marshals. These instructions will be there for your safety. There are a large number of stop-go controls in place, and again, as I reiterated, some people, the brain changes and they think they don't have to stop-go, or they've waited long enough. So please be aware that you may need to stop when crossing an intersection if we have drivers doing some crazy things. So just always be aware of that for your health and safety. There are medals for all finishes, and these will be presented as you cross the finish line. The medals are specifically set for the distances, and there are also medals for first, second and third for the overall place getters in each event. So if you're first, second or third across the line in those events, it will be presented to you at prize giving. So prize giving, the prize giving will be held at the Lincoln Event Centre at approximately 2:15. This being approximately 15 minutes after the last competitor has finished in the marathon. While we are allowing a few minutes of grace for competitors if they are over the 6-hour mark, these runners do need to meet the 21k cutoff of 3 hours. So they might run the 2:59 for the first half. The second half may take them a fraction longer. We won't be pulling them out at 6 hours when they're okay away from the finish, put it that way. We have a lot of competitors with flights booked for return, leaving Christchurch later in the day, so we want to make sure that everybody is finished by the 2 o'clock is what we want to achieve, and this allows the traffic management a good clean-up and everything underway from 2:15. When prize giving will be held at 2:15, but we want to make sure everyone out on the course is getting everything cleared. There are category prizes for first, second and third place getters, our age group categories, plus the mystery time prize of $500 each for each event in the 10k, half marathon and marathon. And to receive the mystery prize, you must be present at prize giving. If you are not, it will be passed to the next closest participant. So to receive any prizes, including your category prizes and your age group, first, second and third, and spot prizes, you must be present at prize giving. So make sure you're going to be a prize giver, because it's going to be pretty cool to find out who's won this $500 in each of those races. Plus we've got the $1,000 for the first runner in the marathon, first male and first female, which is going to be pretty cool. Car parking. Car parking is around Lincoln. Now please do not park on northbound between Littleton Street and James Street. Also, do not park on anyone's berms of their roads outside their homes. Please do not park over driveways. Yes, it's happened in previous years where people have parked across the driveway and people couldn't get out of their houses. Crazy, but it happens. There are major roadworks on Gerrard Street, Main Street in Lincoln. We will update everyone close to the event, and we'll do this on Facebook Lives, showing you where to go and what to do on that part of it. So make sure you keep yourself looking across Facebook on Thursday and Friday before the event, and we'll keep you up to date with what's happening with those roadworks. But at the moment it looks like the left-hand lane, which they're using now as you come into Lincoln coming from south, you will be able to turn left, and there is some car parks just inside, just to the left as you come into the side streets. They will get filled very quickly, so the rest of it will be parking around Lincoln, and you won't be able to park on the main street because of all the roadworks. Food and beverages, there's coffee vans and that will be present for you. The toilets, there are toilets before the event all through the Lincoln Event Centre, and the other toilets that are on course as stated. T-shirts, if you've ordered one of the t-shirts, they'll be available at Raceback. These are the t-shirts with Urban Estates. Yep, they're pretty cool t-shirts, so if you want to purchase any of those, they have been selling pretty quickly, so if there aren't any, we can take pre-orders, more orders for more shirts for you later as well. Now, health and well-being and your abilities. We ask that you've entered the correct event with your capabilities and are fit enough and capable to complete the distance you have entered, and complete it sufficiently within the time frames. We emphasize this is for your health and well-being. If you have also had any chest pains, shortness of breath, or heart palpitations over the last 2 weeks, we recommend that you seek medical advice prior to the start. And if you do not seek medical advice, we recommend that you do not start. The cut-offs of the marathon of 3 hours for the first half of the marathon will be adhered to, and if you're asked to withdraw because of this, please do so without any fuss. Spectators on course. We know everyone loves to go and watch their participants run the event around the course, but do not drive and hop ahead and go to this point and to that point. We want to keep the traffic to a minimum on the course, as this allows all the traffic flows to work, and we want to make sure this works well for everyone's safety. Please also note that the speed limits around the course is reduced. There are 30 kilometres and 50 kilometres, where runners are running on the side of the road and that towards traffic. So the speed limits are 30 kilometres an hour around the stop-go controls and 50 kilometres elsewhere. On Burgess Road it is still at the 80 kilometres, and on the highway it is 100 on the open pass, but where the runners are it will be at 30 kilometres an hour. So please make sure you stick to the speed limits, the temporary speed limits, that if you are out on the course, which we know you won't be hopping from point to point to see your runner, so just make sure you stick to those speed limits for everyone's safety. That's why it's put in place. Now, if anyone has got COVID or any symptoms of COVID, please test before coming to the event. If you do have symptoms which are persistent, we ask that you do not attend. This also applies to spectators. So basically, make sure you've read the information, listen to what we've got here, and that it keeps you all up to date so everyone knows exactly what is happening on the day, so it makes everything run smoothly and you enjoy the Urban Estates Selwyn Marathon. And we will see you all on the start line on Sunday. Okay, take care everybody. Cheers.